Welcome to today's video, where we're going to explore one of the most powerful features in Prisma, updating multiple files at once. If you're working on a large-scale project or managing multiple data sources, this feature is an absolute game changer. In this video, we'll dive into the world of Prisma and show you exactly how to update multiple files efficiently. Whether you're a seasoned developer or just starting out with Prisma, this topic is crucial for anyone looking to streamline their workflow and boost productivity. So, let's get started. So why do we need to update multiple files in Prisma? Well, imagine working on an e-commerce application that has thousands of products listed across different categories. Each product might have its own set of details, such as pricing, descriptions, and images. Now, what if you wanted to change the currency for all the products from USD to Euro? That's a lot of manual work. This is where Prisma comes in handy. By using Prisma's powerful update features, we can modify multiple files at once with just a few lines of code. But before we dive into that, let's talk about what makes this feature so special. Prisma allows us to define our database schema as a series of interconnected models. These models are the building blocks of our application and contain all the necessary information for Prisma to understand how our data should be structured. When we want to update multiple files, Prisma uses its built-in mapping capabilities to identify which fields in our models correspond to specific columns in our database table. This means that by updating a single model, we can automatically update all related records across multiple files. But here's the catch: we need to specify exactly how Prisma should handle these updates. Do we want to overwrite existing data, append new information to what's already there, or maybe perform some calculations before writing it back to the database? This is where things get really interesting, because Prisma gives us a range of tools and options for customizing our update operation. From simple field-by-field replacements to complex aggregation, functions, and even dynamic SQL queries, we have an incredible amount of control over how our data gets updated. So let's talk about some practical examples of how this works in action. Suppose we're working on that e-commerce application I mentioned earlier, and we want to change the currency for all products from USD to Euro. We can create a Prisma model that specifies which fields should be updated, and then use Prisma's built-in functions to perform the necessary calculations. For instance, if our product prices are stored in a field called Prisma, we could define an update operation that takes this value, converts it to euros using some external exchange rate API, and writes the result back into a new field called price euro. Not only does Prisma handle all the heavy lifting for us, from fetching data to mapping fields, but by encapsulating our logic within these models, we can easily reuse them across multiple parts of our application. This is seriously powerful stuff. So what are the most important things to remember when updating multiple files in Prisma? First and foremost, understand your database schema. Before you start updating anything, make sure you have a solid grasp on how your models relate to each other. Choose the right update strategy for the job. Do you need to overwrite existing data, append new information, or perform some calculations before writing it back? Don't be afraid to get creative with Prisma's built-in functions and tools. From aggregation functions to dynamic SQL queries, there are countless ways to customize your update. And that's a wrap, folks. We've explored the amazing world of updating multiple files in Prisma, covering everything from why this feature is so important to how we can use it to streamline our workflows and supercharge our productivity. If you're excited about what you've learned today, and I hope you are, please give this video a thumbs up, leave your questions or comments below, and consider subscribing for more content on all things Prisma. And if there's something specific you'd love to see covered in future videos, don't hesitate to let me know. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, happy coding!